I still remember the sound of the jeepneys before sunrise, the smell of fresh pandesal drifting from a tiny bakery nearby, and the heavy backpack on my shoulder that felt lighter and heavier at the same time. That was the morning I, an anxious Korean student, walked into a Filipino university campus for the very first time. I thought I knew what to expect. I was wrong. When I first stepped through the gate, everything felt too bright, too loud, too fast. Students laughing loudly, vendors calling out, tricycles buzzing, security guards greeting everyone with, "Good morning, Po!" It was overwhelming but strangely comforting. Back home, mornings were quiet. Here, the day started like a festival. The guard looked at me and smiled. "First day Mo, sir?" I nodded. He pointed me in the right direction, even though I didn't understand every word. But his smile said enough. It made me feel like maybe, just maybe, I wasn't alone. I walked across the courtyard, passing groups of students chatting in Tagalog, Bisaya, and English, sometimes mixing all three in the same sentence. I tried to rehearse my introduction in English, worried my accent would make me sound strange. But before I could overthink it, someone tapped my shoulder. "Hey, you're new, right?" A tall Filipino guy with messy hair and a big grin stood in front of me. His name was Mark. He said he saw me looking lost and decided to rescue me before I melted in the heat. He wasn't joking. The heat felt like standing in front of an open oven. In Korea, I thought summer was hot. The Philippines taught me otherwise. Mark guided me to the registrar's office. The line was long, chaotic, and extremely noisy. But everyone was so friendly. Students shared their snacks, talked to strangers, and laughed like they'd known each other forever. I stood there awkwardly until someone offered me a cold bottle of water without asking for anything in return. "Para sa'yo," she said. "You look tired." That was the first time I learned a Filipino truth. Kindness comes naturally here. After registering, we headed to my first class. The hallway felt like it belonged in a movie. Colorful posters, loud conversations, the smell of photocopy toner, and groups of students cramming last-minute notes. I walked in late because I couldn't find the room. The entire class turned to look at me. My heart almost fell out of my chest. The professor smiled. "Ah, our new Korean student. Come in, come in." She introduced me to everyone and asked me to share something about myself. My hands were shaking. I felt every pair of eyes on me. But when I said my name, the class clapped. Not mockingly, encouragingly. Even when I mispronounced a few English words, they laughed in a warm, gentle way, not to embarrass me, but to make me feel included. After class, a group of students approached me. "Gusto mo sumama sa amin kumain?" I didn't understand, but I heard the word kain. Food. I nodded immediately. We walked to a crowded food court, and that's where the real culture shock happened. Everywhere I looked, the food was colorful, unfamiliar, and wonderfully fragrant. They ordered for me adobo, sinigang, lumpia, and something pink called kwek-kwek. I hesitated, but they insisted. "Try mo, masarap yan." I took the first bite of adobo and instantly forgot my worries. It was rich, savory, perfectly seasoned. They watched my reaction and laughed when my eyes widened. "See? Told you." Then came the jeepney ride back to campus. At first, I didn't know how to get on, or how to pay, or where to sit, or how everyone fit inside. But students explained every step, even teaching me how to say bayad po properly. When I held out my payment awkwardly, strangers passed it forward for me without hesitation. This simple act made me realize something important. Filipino culture is built on community. Later that afternoon, something unexpected happened. A sudden downpour, not rain, an explosion of water from the sky, warm, heavy, unstoppable. Within seconds, the entire campus transformed into a playground. Students ran, laughed, screamed, and danced under the rain. I rushed for shelter, but Mark grabbed my arm. "No umbrella? Don't worry, dito ka." He shared his tiny umbrella with me, even though it barely covered us both. I was soaked anyway, but his gesture meant everything. That moment made me feel like I belonged. In the evening, we went to the library for a group study, but we didn't study right away. They taught me Tagalog phrases, laughing every time I mispronounced something. Masarap. Maganda. Salamat po. Every new word felt like a bridge connecting me to them. When it was finally dark, they escorted me to the gate so I wouldn't get lost. Before leaving, they asked, "Are you free this weekend? We're going out. Sama ka?" The invitation caught me off guard. It was only my first day. Back home, making friends took time, trust, and patience. Here, friendships formed instantly. I walked back to my dorm that night feeling changed. My shoes were wet, my clothes smelled like rain and street food, and my mind was full of new sensations, but my heart felt strangely full. I came to the Philippines expecting to study. I didn't expect to feel welcomed like family. I didn't expect strangers to treat me with kindness. I didn't expect to laugh so much on my first day. I didn't expect the heat, the noise, the chaos, to feel like home so quickly. But that's the magic of a Filipino university. It doesn't just teach you lessons from books. It teaches you how to live, how to connect, how to be human in the most genuine way. And as I lay on my bed that night, replaying every moment, from the guard's smile to the shared umbrella, I realized something. I didn't just survive my first day, I lived it. And it was only the beginning.